What is up, folks, and welcome back to my channel. I am Cap Shambles, and today our review of Bloodhunt, which is set in the Vampire Masquerade universe. Now, at first look, you think, oh no, another Battle Royale. But really, the game is fantastic. It's hard, it's challenging, and honestly, right now, if you didn't play the alpha or beta, you're going to get really smacked around. Let's get straight into this review, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, the gameplay in Bloodhunt is a lot of fun. I do feel there were some areas where it was really unbalanced. And one of those unbalancing acts that I think that this game really throws at you is when you first get down in the game, when you first spawn in, there's not a lot of loot normally, or at least it wasn't for me. I had to really scrounge around, and one of the pieces of loot I could never seem to find that was always just, I would go to a truck or a van and it was just never there. It was armor. And everybody I went up against, I was just shooting armor the whole time. And I felt like the armoring or finding armor was really unbalanced. The second thing is finding decent weapons. More than like half of my games in Bloodhunt, I was rolling with crossbows, pistols, and snipers. And people that I was playing against were decked out with armor, shotguns, silenced SMGs, AKs. And, you know, I will say that I did get an AK. I did get a silenced weapon, you know, a few times. But most of the time, I just had under or just useless weapons. And everybody I was going against had, you know, swords, katanas, you know, they had shotguns, SMGs, AKs, and I'm trying to go against them with a single shot or a crossbow. And so I feel like the weapons and the loot are really unbalanced currently. It is early access, so it's going to happen. And hopefully the feedback from the community will be sort of like mine, and where they can balance these loot. These quote-unquote loot drops or loot stashes, because honestly, sometimes I just feel like, yeah, we're going to get smacked around here. And there's no real, like, you know, if I go to this area, I'm going to find this loot. Like, I have a certain run, which I start in Demolition, which I'm guaranteed to get blood bags, syringes, and AK. But if I don't go to that specific spot, I normally just end up with crossbows and snipers. The clans, which are interesting, you have the Bruja, you have the Nosferatu, and you also have the Toreador, if I said that right. And these three clans, made up of two characters each, are really interesting because the Toreador, to me, are the most useless clan in the game. The Bruja are really good. The Nosferatu are overpowered, because the Nosferatu powers can pretty much, you can just camp in a spot, go invisible, and just chill out, which a lot of people actually do. The Bruja have awesome powers, which can give you a great advantage over your enemies by jumping way over them and just, you know, they're looking in front, you're over them, and boom, right in the back, right? Especially if you have a shotgun. Well, with the Toreador, I just haven't enjoyed their powers. I just don't think their powers are good enough. I think they spent a lot of time on the Bruja and the Nosferatu and said, oh, Toreador, let's give you this stuff. Like, it's just, I played with Toreador a lot, actually. I play a lot of Siren, but it's just, I don't see the powers as being useful. Lastly, graphics and sound. Graphics, pretty good. There are some issues with rendering, which it's early access, it's going to happen, and a lot of screen tearing, which it causes me to think, wow, what could they do differently? Like, Tarkov is another game with loads of screen tearing, and before someone says, well, maybe your PC, I read a lot of games. I play a lot of games on PC, and only a few have screen tearing. And this one shouldn't. And it's actually I've talked to a lot of players who have the same issue, who have like the 2000 series graphics card or 3000 series graphics card, who have it like myself installed on the SSD. So I'm just curious, right, with the screen tearing, and I know from experience that there is a fix for it, and I've done everything I could do on my end. And what it's actually causing to do is I drop so many frames in certain areas that it just starts screen tearing. Then I find myself like kind of like stop and start motion, and it gets kind of upsetting because when you're in a fight and that happens at that specific moment, you die. Now, I'm not sure if this is just me, but I have talked to a few other players who are like, yeah, this happens to me as well. It could be something either with just the graphical engine. It's something that I kind of wish that they would kind of take a look at and maybe fix over time. The servers are atrocious. If you don't live in Europe or America, good luck. Good luck. I don't live in either one, and I rubber bands. I mean, a lot of my deaths are because I can't shoot. The bullets either go through them, or I'm lagging so much I'm in a position that I'm rubber banded back. So between the screen tearing, the graphical glitches, and the servers, it makes it hard to play the game. Now, it is early access. Remember this, early access. The game is a lot of fun. It's probably could be one of my favorite BRs if they fix some of the issues I said in this video, right? If they just take the time to listen to the community and fix it, I think that it can be a really, really great game. But how many times and how often do devs listen to us? We'll just have to see if these devs are different. I'm Cap Shambles. I stream every day on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 3 p.m. British time if you're in Britain, and 10 a.m. of course U.S. time if you're on the East Coast. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is my review for Bloodhunt, which is set in the Vampire Masquerade universe. And I have to give this game so far in early access a 7.5 out of 10. There's a lot of things that they can do differently, and I hope they get to those fixes very soon, and kind of avoid the hyperscape mess that caused that game to kind of like wither and not die, but it's not popular either. So I hope this game does better, and I'm hoping for myself. I do love playing it. So see you guys next time. I will be streaming this game a lot, so if you want to see some more Bloodhunt and see me get killed a lot, make sure to check out my streams. I'm Cap Shambles. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe.